excited for this. Look, everybody, welcome to this More Than Black or White. In this episode, in these shorts, in these little clippets, B and I are going to share some things, some ways, habits that you can do to transform your life. All right, let's get it. B, let's hit up another one. What you got?
I have a morning routine. This is huge. This is a game changer for me. When I remember listening to somebody one time and they're like, what do you like, what's your work day like? Oh, I go into work and like, say I'm going to Lifetime. I have a client at 8:00 and I go in and I work till say 6:00 at night. So like, all right, where do you work on yourself? Oh, maybe like if I have time on the weekends or whatever like that. Like, no, like wake up 2 hours early before your client and get stuff done. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to wake up 3 hours early. And I started doing this back in 2011. So every day I always wake up 3. Now I'm waking up a little early because I have bigger goals I want to hit. So I need to put a little more time out. But right now I'm waking up about 3.5 hours early before my first client. And I write a list of everything at night, which I want to get accomplished the next day.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have bigger goals too. Like I have like, you're like 1 year goals, and I do like quarter goals, and I do weekly goals. I'm sorry, monthly, then weekly, then daily goals. I'm very big on like tracking things, and I just get everything done. I wake up in the morning, like maybe I'll listen to something on business on YouTube, maybe like an investment thing for like 20, 30 minutes. Then I'll do my Instagram thing, working on the More Than Black and White Instagram. That'll be about 30, 40 minutes. And then I'm reading a book that I want to like kind of like learn about. That's 20, 30 minutes. And then I'm working on my other businesses, 30 minutes there, 30 minutes here. And just, I'm constantly just learning everything. By the time like 8, 9 o'clock comes around, I already spent like 3 hours studying. I learned so much, and my day's like, man, like nothing could possibly go wrong today. Let's roll. Let's do this. And then at night I come home, and if I have some free time, I'll get a little extra credit in there and do some other stuff.
Right. So this is let's hold on. Let's pause for a second, because this is important. So what I'm hearing here is in your morning routine, you've combined what you want. You combine the methods to accomplish what you want to get done before the day, quote unquote, actually gets started. Is that right?
Yeah, I go the night before and I write a list like, all right, I want to do this. I want to do this. And like, for example, like I wanted to learn about micro lending, like for investing in that. I don't really know anything about it. So I was like, here, let me watch it. I found a great video on YouTube on what it is and, the ROIs on it and how to do it. And I was like, okay, now I know that in my mind when it comes to investing. If I ever want to do that, then I'm like, one of my things I'm doing right now is I want to write a book by Q4 of next year. So maybe I'm doing a little research on a chapter for like maybe 15, 20 minutes. And I write everything down, like, and I just go but I need I can't spend 3 hours writing a chapter. I can't spend 3 hours watching the same thing. My brain doesn't work like that. That's like I get bored, I lose attention, or I'm just like whatever. So I got to break it up in like maybe like 5 or 6 different topics, and then just go each topic. Maybe like book, investing, new business strategy, whatever, blah 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 blah, and just go down. Yeah.
So I did. So brother, you just hit on so many things right in what you said that I want to take the opportunity to break down before we go anywhere else.
Yeah.
So okay, couple things that I want to highlight to the audience listening. You mentioned, well, first of all, you have an alignment. You have your goals. You have them broken out into your yearly, quarterly, monthly. I think you said weekly. Did you say weekly?
Yeah.
Too? Okay.
Yeah, weekly.
Right. So people, when you're creating your morning routine, I want you to pay attention to this. Does it have to go by year? It can, but have some sort of goal in mind as far as like how this morning routine can support you to getting there. Okay, because it may require you doing some action or getting yourself prepared. Like this, listen, if you're chopping down a tree, you spend most of the time sharpening the axe.
Yeah.
Right. So you like start to bring that into play. Another thing that Brian mentioned, which I think is important, is he said he knows how his mind works. So he adjusted his morning routine to be what I like to call stickier. Right. So it's like, okay, I can stay to it because this is how my brain works. He noticed he's had, okay, I got 30 minutes here, I got 40 minutes, then I got 30 minutes, 30 minutes here. This is what I'm doing. Okay, I know what I'm working on. That's another piece. Third piece is he has his item list prior to the event. What, Paul? Yes, he has his item list, meaning he set out, hey, okay, in the morning time before I go get some Z's, okay, this is what I'm going to get done. This is what I'm going to learn, blah, 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 blah. It's like if you're going to the gym in the morning, what do? You lay out your t-shirt and your freaking thermals if it's because it's getting cold out. And then you have your sneakers. So all you have to do, there's no thinking involved. You just freaking go in and you do it. That's what helps to make a productive routine. I know for me, that's where I can get stuck. Because I can be like, I'm going to go do a sun salutation. Okay, cool. And I'm going to move in the morning. All right. So then when it comes to moving, I'm like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My brain works in like 20, 30-minute blocks.
Got it. Yes. I think my brain is similar. I think I think it's about the same, where I can pay crystal attention.
Yeah. That's why I was so horrible at school, because everybody's like, hey, every hour that you're in a classroom, you got to spend 3 hours studying and learning that. And I'm like, I got to have that book over 3 hours learning about what a isosceles triangle is, or what different rocks are called. I'm like, no way. I'm like, man, the school system was set up to kick me in my ass, and it did a very good job.
Brother, listen, the school system, man,
that's another topic.
Whole other topic. Yeah. Oh man.
Oh
God. But listen, so I'm coming back. So this is important, especially like this is gonna be a little video for you. So take note, right? When you're setting aside to do this morning routine, get crystal clear with it. Get crystal clear with what you're gonna set out to do and how it benefits you. Because it's like, hey, it could be just the benefit, like, hey, it's gonna keep me moving to get my day started. Energy.
Yeah.
A lot of CEOs, well, I don't know about a lot, but a good amount of successful CEOs work out early in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, you'd be surprised how many people you see at the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning getting in and then going to rock the day. All right. So have your morning routine planned out. B, thanks. That was freaking brilliant, bro. That was brilliant, dude. I love it. Oh, Tay. I said, I learned to ask for help. And then I did. Did I say nope. Here's one for you, everybody. Practice active listening. What? Yes, you heard me. Yeah. Practice active listening. What the hell does that mean? I'm glad you asked. When in our society, most of the time, people listen to reply. And they fail to actually hear what someone said. Chances are, if they actually heard what someone said, we'd most likely talk less.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So what does this look like, right? So the active listening, there's a couple key components to it. First of all, be silent. Be silent, be attentive, and be curious, all right? So when someone's talking, stop for a second, listen to what they're saying. And then you can even say, what I heard you say is this, to make sure that you got the message. Okay. Now you can respond.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a major difference between like, hey, I'm going to reply to this. Wait. Respond. All right. So did you actually hear what they're saying? And this is a game changer, because you can do this with another person, or you could do it with yourself. Brian said something before, and you probably heard me say there's a part of me, or like, hey, I heard this voice or something's coming through. Like, that's by you paying attention to what your thoughts are. So practice active listening, people. I do it a lot. I do it at work. I do it in my personal endeavors and my passions. And it makes a difference when you're like, hey, what I heard you say is this. People are like, you were listening. Yes, I was.
I do that a lot when I'm hanging out with like people, and it's only not what they say, it's how they say it. So if like, I'm not a person that argues, I don't like to argue. It's just to me, it's just stupid. It doesn't go anywhere. So like, if somebody like is very passionate about a certain topic and they have a strong belief on a topic, and I know that like I just feel like it's gonna be like a brick wall if I say something, even if I totally disagree. I should be like, oh, that's cool. Next up, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to get into that, that kind of headbutting battle, So it's kind of like it's how they say it kind of steers if you should have a dialogue with them or not, and it just saves you a lot of time and a lot of BS. And it's important in business too. It's super important to like hear people,
Oh,
and it's tough because, like you said, we're in such a society where it's like silence is like awkward.
Yeah.
So it's like you always want to fill it with some kind of, like or like I do that sometimes too. I'm trying to get better at speaking, but like you just want to fill it with you want to fill it with something like some kind of vibration so it doesn't seem awkward.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that interesting how that happens, man?
Yeah.
And I find that when I could stay silent, it's actually more potent.
Yeah.
You said something that's really important. How they're saying something. I think that's a key piece in active listening. Because if you're in any kind of job or situation where you're around people, you can tell what's true by how they say something. So if someone's like, if you're like, hey, how you doing? Like, I'm good. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
That voice is really high.
Yeah.
Chances are something's up. Or if like, you see someone and you're like, hey, how you doing? They're like,
they're not making eye contact. They're looking down, a lot of things. I used to play poker for a living for the first 3 years when I was like, when I was 20 to 22, I basically lived down in Atlantic City. How I got in at 20 in the casinos, that's another topic we won't talk about. But
podcast.
Yeah, that's another podcast. But I was very good. I was very good at poker. I made a lot of money at that age playing poker. And one of the things I used to always do is I used to sit down at a table and probably for the first half hour, 45 minutes, I wouldn't play one hand. I would just muck my cards, and I'd watch how people are. I'd watch what they, how they bet, how they picked up their chips, how they looked at their cards or what they did with their cards after they looked at it. Did their head go? And I would keep like mental notes. I became very good at reading people. And that actually took me into one of the reasons I think I'm good at business is because I can read people. So
you're like,
yeah.
Got your ass.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, but this is important because I think that's a skill, especially seeing that a lot
of
people behind the screen now, So like hearing someone's voice, seeing them in person, it's a game changer, especially when you listen to yourself, you'd be like, something's off here.
Yeah.
Go Columbo on that ass.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, well. There was a tip for you, a habit that you, my friends, subscribers, can take with you. Okay, that will transform your life. Just pick one. Pick this one. Use this one, however you want to use it. Like, share, subscribe. If there's something that you found in this that was helpful or something that resonated with you want to share, please, by all means, like put it in the comments. Help for everybody. All right. So, B, any last words before we wrap up on this habit and get ready to give them another one?
No, that was fun. I'm ready. Let's keep going.
Yes.
Roll.
All right. Until the next episode.
Peace.